Hey everybody, my name is Jeremiah Craig and I am joined again by my wife, Brynna. How's it going, Brynna?
Good, just hanging out. But you know what? You look good today. Those boots you're wearing?
Damn, those boots are sick. Great choice. Good call, Brynna. Those do look good.
I just couldn't, they're just sitting there and they just look so good.
And we are talking about some boots today as well. We've had a lot of questions about Alfa Cowboy boots because they are so inexpensive. A lot of you are interested in the quality. So we have a pair of women's snip toe Alfa boots, and we're gonna see if they hold up to quality and standards that should come with cowboy boots. Let's get into it. People say, hey Jeremiah, have you tried Alfa boots yet? They're like $70 online, $80. Clearance, they're going for $50, $60. Like, there's some cheap prices. I haven't seen a pair of boots over $100 on Alfa unless they're like the new Python ones. So I'm skeptical. I've been skeptical for quite a bit of time. Every time somebody asks me that question.
Yep. Well, I mean, if we're judging by the box, it arrived in, it's a little rough for wear. I don't know if you can see that. Not in an outer box, no wrapping, no nothing.
No.
So they're not wasting any money on materials.
It's definitely not an experience for sure. They say on their website that their boots can stand toe to toe with the most expensive boots out there, and I would probably have to disagree with that right off the bat because they're not expensive just for willy-nilly. They're expensive because it takes time.
Well, we haven't even gotten in there yet, so we can't say anything yet until we get in there.
I'm just saying, this is why I'm skeptical. This is why I've been skeptical.
Yeah.
So let's open up this box and see if they can prove me wrong. I hope they do. I always hope that people can prove me wrong.
That's why you married me, isn't it? Because you're wrong all the time.
All the time.
Ooh. Do you smell?
It doesn't smell like leather. It smells like fuel. Cheap shoes have a smell. Like when you go into Payless or the Damn Shoe Warehouse, DSW, that's what I call DSW. Because you can never find anything there, damn it.
It does feel leather though.
Oh yeah, it definitely is leather. Now one of the things that they have on their website is that they say that these boots are 100% leather. We'll see, because I have a feeling we might be cutting these boots open at the end of the video just to see what's inside.
Just to see what's inside.
Let's do a quick rundown of this boot. We have full grain leather. It doesn't feel as high quality as it could. I mean, at that price point, you shouldn't expect something high quality for sure. It has a snip toe on it, but it's a wider snip toe with a little bit of a blunt on it. So some people call this a box toe, and box toes can vary in width. This is a wider box toe or snip toe for sure. And I kind of like that blunt toe on there.
The heart on this one doesn't lay flat.
Yeah, the inlay.
It's not good.
The inlay is weird. It feels
cheap.
Yeah, it just feels cheap.
They're a $50 pair of boots.
Yeah, we got these boots on clearance. So originally they were around $80. We got them for like $60, I believe, because they do have clearance on their website on a regular basis.
They're a little sparklier than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, they definitely look more sparkly in person than they did online.
So these are not subtle, which is fine. Some people like to wear their heart on their shoe. They're lighter than I thought they would be. I feel like cheap shoes are usually either clunky for no reason or just kind of gross, but...
Well, that is also leather too. So usually all leather boots are a little bit lighter, so they may be living up to that 100% leather for the most part. The inlay is also not even. So this is bugging me out a lot.
Yeah.
Because look how off this is. This one is more centered. It's just so off. It doesn't line up at all. It's just skewed to the right a little bit, and that bothers the hell out of me. It should be right in the middle. So definitely hasty production here, which is also reflected in the price point. On the inside, it is a leather lining, not soft at all though.
The uppers are soft. The uppers where your leg would be is very soft, but inside
they're softer. And then for an insole, there's some foam there. It's a better insole than I thought it was going to be at the price point. It is leather on the top, but there does feel to be some foam underneath it. So I would have to say that the 100% leather claim is already decreasing quite a bit.
They could mean 100% leather, like outside. They could mean really 100 different things like that.
Well, usually when you say that you have an all leather boot, it means that most of it is leather, except for the stitching, the shank, and the rubber heel cap. So if you say you have a 100% leather boot, then that means you have a hard leather insole, like it's a traditionally made boot through and through. So I feel like by saying that you have a 100% leather boot at $59, it's misleading because you don't. I mean, I would have to say that this is not 100%, and we'll see by the end of the video, but I think that's misleading. Anything else that sort of stands out to you about this boot before you try it on?
No?
All right, let's do it.
All right, so I've got the Alphas on. They are a little bit big, maybe like a quarter size too big. I'm a 6.5. These are also a 6.5. They're okay around the calf, a little bit small, but I'm used to that. We talk about that in, I think, every video. They're not my style. They're not super comfortable. The padding in the ball of the foot area is doing absolutely nothing for you. Like zero things. Coupled with the fact that this shoe, it just doesn't quite feel right. In another video, you can see either like the JW booties that I have. We've talked about the Alcalest Python booties. We've talked about the Justins we found at a thrift store. All of those kind of feel like they fit my foot. They have like the natural curve of the foot built in, if that makes sense. I don't feel that with these shoes. This feels like someone just made it up. They were like, I think this is what a foot looks like, and they just kind of like said, okay, let's do that. This right one is really throwing me off. The left one is a little bit better, but the right one is just, it's not made for feet. What is happening here? It's so uncomfortable. And this is not even me being dramatic. This is just like, you literally can't find that part of the heel. It literally does not rest flat. Like, it literally does not rest flat. It's really throwing me off. So sorry if I've said that a lot, but it's just like the strangest feeling. And I've worn high heels, and you know, high heels, like you have very little to balance on, but you can find that balance point. This right foot is like, there's no balance point. Like, what are you doing? It makes me very angry. Not to mention that they're sparkly, and sparkly is not really my thing either, but definitely not high quality. But if you're just looking for something to wear to like, I don't know, a concert, whenever those come back, then maybe these are the thing. If you're only gonna wear them once, yeah, seems fine. If you're not gonna be on your feet for a ton, that's fine. Like, wear thicker socks with them because they're not comfortable. So if you're gonna be sitting down, or if you just wanna do like an Instagram photo shoot or whatever, like cute, these are the ones for you. Or maybe you need a pair for like a wedding, like, yeah, go find the cute pair from their site. But I would say if you wanna like get into cowboy boots and you're a female, it's not it. Not it. This is like the same quality you'd get from like a Payless or something like that. I don't think those exist anymore. But if they did, everybody knows what I'm talking about. They're cheap. Don't expect a lot.
Even though you had the boot on for such a short period of time, you don't want to wear this boot ever again, huh?
No. I don't. They were uncomfortable. Like I said, they're a little bit too big, not only in like this area of where the ball of your foot goes. They're a little bit wider than I like. They also, and I have flat feet, so if I'm saying they're wide, they're definitely a little bit wide. Anyone who has even a little bit of arch, you are going to be drowning in these things. Not to mention, we ordered the 6.5. They fit probably more like a 7. The heel isn't flat. It's literally rocking back and forth.
Mm-hmm. So your foot was doing that while it was in that.
Yeah.
And that is not good for feet. That is not good for your joints.
All right, let's show what shouldn't happen. Just gently pushing it, it should settle.
And it's even drastic enough to see the curve in this heel.
Well, that one's a little bit better. It's a little that
You
one's
can
a little
still
bit flatter.
see it though.
But this, you can see.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
The end comes up here. So how is your foot supposed to settle? How is
Looks
your
like
leg
a
supposed to
BMX
settle?
jump.
How is your foot supposed to settle and your leg supposed to settle in this? This is gonna hurt. You are gonna strain yourself wearing this. I would not recommend it unless you want to like sand it down to be flat. If you got time to do that, give me a call.
Yeah, but at that point, you're just getting rid of the rubber heel cap, and then you'll have to replace the rubber heel cap faster, which will cause you to put more money into this boot when you could have just saved up the money that you would put repairing this boot into a pair of boots that's actually good and fits and built well and is comfortable.
And don't forget, it doesn't stink.
It does stink pretty bad.
I personally would skip on this. I think there's better options. I think if you wanted to take the, what were these, 65?
60 bucks.
If you want to take that $60 and you want to go on somewhere like Poshmark or Craigslist or eBay and you want to get yourself a nicer pair of shoes, I would definitely recommend doing that.
Yeah, I mean, what did we just get? We just did a video on a pair of Nakona lizard skin boots that we got for $25. $25. But you can see that above. And that saves you money. And you get a way better boot.
You could buy 2 pairs of vintage Nakonas made in America with normal heel that doesn't feel like absolute smell like oil. You can get 2 pairs, okay? 2 pairs. No promises on style or quality, but I'm just gonna say it. You should not buy these boots for anything other than a one-time usage, or if you don't really care about boots and you just want the look, you should definitely get these because don't waste your money on anything else then. Leave the real boots out there for the boot lovers, you know?
And I know some of you might be saying, well, what about the men's boots? The men's boots are gonna be made exactly the same. There's no difference in leather or construction. It's gonna be the same. So for men out there, based off of this, I'm gonna say it's a hard pass. As far as standing toe to toe with the most expensive brands, there is no way. The expensive brands completely wallop this boot. Like, this is no contest. The last time we've roasted a boot this bad, it was with the vegan boot. So I think that
actually those ones are better because they didn't smell like absolute garbage.
They didn't smell
They
nice
didn't smell
either.
good, but they didn't have the aroma of melting tar coming off of them. Okay, I'm gagging sitting here this close to this boot. I'm a foot and a half away from this boot, and I keep needing to like look away. So get those other vegan boots. Don't even bother with this shit.
Just complete roast. Wow. So you want to cut these boots open and see if it gets any worse inside?
Well, is it gonna make the smell worse?
There's only one way to find out. Okay, so they definitely didn't cut as easy as the vegan boots did. So they are constructed a little bit better than that because they do have a pretty weighty shank in here, and there's lots of nails in here that I just can't get through with a box cutter, but we can see enough as it is right now, and they're not 100% leather.
It's like a felt.
It's like a felt, and I would have to say that this is just super cheap, and if it's not gonna tear right here, it will tear eventually. Also, as a liner, I saw some cotton in here. Yep, that's cotton, wouldn't you say? Something similar to some sort of fabric. That is not leather. Leather does not do that. So
This is like a felty material.
a felty material that's being used as a liner between the outsole and the insole. The insole is definitely not 100% leather because this is,
Foam.
it's foam.
So it's the smallest piece of foam you've ever felt.
Yeah.
And the leather doesn't even try to cover it in the boot. We didn't take this part off. It was like that.
Yeah.
In the boot.
So what you look in and you say, oh, there's a full leather insole. It's not. It just stops after the line of sight. So not 100% leather. It is very misleading, and I would say it's a complete outright lie. So this is a cheap boot through and through that won't last you as long as a secondhand boot from Craigslist or eBay would for the same amount of money, if not less. So if you're gonna spend $60 to $80 on a boot, I would say you're much better off buying a secondhand boot than a new boot from Alfa, just because the construction of the heel is off. The materials that they used in this boot is just cheap. It is not 100% leather, so they do not stand toe to toe with the most expensive brands out there. Do not let them confuse you. This is not a good boot. Let me know what you think of the Alfa boot down in the comments. Have you tried them? What do you think of them? Have you had a more comfortable fit? I would definitely like to know. If you're looking to get into cowboy boots, don't start here because you will hate cowboy boots after this. Men and women, do not make this your first pair of cowboy boots. Do not do it. Thank you so much for watching today. Thank you to my beautiful wife, Brynna, for joining me today. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace. They say they can go toe to toe with more expensive brands, but Alfa boots by themselves can't hardly stand. These boots are just cheap, not worth having on your feet. Oh no, I'm sorry to say. Thanks for watching today. My name is Jeremiah Craig. Don't forget to leave your comments and subscribe. Yes, I'll see you next time.